guys, welcome to my channel. I just wanted to do a quick video really just to kind of share some of my latest purchases with you. So basically I treated myself to these gorgeous stamps. They are from Kaisercraft. I love the Kaisercraft range. I love their stamps. I love everything. They're just the most beautiful things, and actually they're not too pricey. So I have used these stamps quite a bit already. I've only had them a couple of weeks, but I've used them quite a bit already. Not all of them, obviously, but I mean these two in particular I have used quite a bit. They just are the most gorgeous images. So they're obviously clear, you know, clear stamps. And if I just kind of demonstrate a little bit for you. So I've just got here just some kind of envelope here to be able to kind of stamp them on. Now this one actually comes in two parts, so it's a frame separate to the sentiments, which in some ways actually is really quite nice and quite useful, because obviously you kind of get potentially, you know, double the use, because you could use the frame, you know, individually, but well, equally, you know, it's really nice obviously with the sentiment itself. So, and it's keep smiling, because life is a beautiful thing and there's so much to smile about. I mean, beautiful stamp, and they're really just very crystal clear and, you know, very crisp, precise stamps, which I don't necessarily find all stamps to be, but these I think are just, yeah, really nice stamps. And I mean, they weren't overly expensive. I think these were around about £4.99 or something for a pack. They, you know, they really weren't too pricey. And the other one that I especially liked in this particular set, is the other one with the sentiments, which again, it's a kind of two-part stamp, which again is quite nice because you can use the elements individually. The moment lasts all of a second, but the memory lives on forever. And, you know, again, I mean, obviously you could just use that frame on its own, which actually, you know, pretty useful, because I love using frames in my journals and things. And then it's got this fantastic corner stamp. I love corner stamps. So this for me was heavenly. I mean, it's got, as you can see, kind of 4 different corner stamps, but this one in particular I just thought was gorgeous. So, I mean, isn't that beautiful? Absolutely beautiful. So yes, I just wanted to come on and kind of show you those. I haven't even used these other ones yet. I have just literally used just those 3 kind of stamps at the bottom, because yeah, I just was drawn to them. Then there was this one here. The butterfly is particularly lovely, and I have already used that quite a fair bit. And then I like having these quote stamps, they're really good. And then this gorgeous kind of like background stamp, which just creates stunning backgrounds. Now unfortunately I haven't got a large block with me, mainly because, as you can probably see from my block here, my clear blocks are not in great shape. They are very stained from my stays on inks, and so actually, yeah, kind of my large ones are really terrible, so I didn't even bother bringing them. So what I'll do, just for kind of the purposes of showing this stamp, I will try and just stamp it without a block, which I do this quite frequently with smaller stamps, and it obviously works fine. I don't know, you know, as it's necessarily going to work so brilliantly with a large stamp, but, you know, hopefully it will be good enough. So it's good enough for you to kind of get the idea. So that one I thought was just lovely. And I mean, again, obviously you can kind of just tear off elements of that and pop that on a tag and things. So I thought that was just really, really lovely. Then in this one, again, it's got some more quotes on there, which are really nice, and I really like to use the quotes. It's also got this dictionary definition of the word love, which again, I have used this lots of times already. Just in the couple of weeks I've had these stamps. I think I've said before, I mean, stamps and paper, they're my weakness, and you know, can just endlessly buy stamps and paper. But I actually think they're just such brilliant value, because I mean, stamps, you get so much use out of them. And I mean, look at that stamp, isn't that beautiful? So I love that, and just wanted to come and kind of show you that. And then the other one that I absolutely adore, that's actually on this particular little set, is this clock face, which I love it. And I use this in my custom journal lots of times, because it was quite fairy tale themed, and it just reminded me a bit of the Cinderella kind of, you know, the 12 o'clock thing. So I just love that. So these ones, super, super, super pleased with these. Then I've got these ones here, which again, this has got several dictionary definitions. Whoops. It's got cherish, wonderful, treasure, and together. And the treasure and together, they are together as one stamp. Oops. So they actually, you know, they have to be stamped together, but it's fine, because you can then obviously, you know, cut them apart. You don't have to keep them together. But that's them there. And I mean, you know, they just really are the most lovely stamps. And then this one, this particular set as well, this also had a clock face, which again, you know, love the clock faces. And this one is, you know, it's different, it's a different size. I mean, I know, again, obviously if you weren't a crafter, you'd think, well, you've got a clock face here, but I mean, they're actually very different. To me, they're very different. And this one, it comes out faint. It's, you know, it's kind of got a different texture going on. If you can see there on the packaging, the little bit here, it's not that I haven't stamped that well enough, you know, pressed hard enough. It's kind of faint on the actual stamp, if you see what I mean. You know, so I think that's quite different to the other clock face, and, you know, they both have their place, don't they? And they both have their use. And then I love butterflies. So it's got this gorgeous big butterfly sort of stamp. I mean, isn't that beautiful? So again, I used this lots of times already in my fairy tale journal that I did, the custom one. And I glittered it up and things, and used it, you know, lots of times already. So loving these, really, really chuffed with these. And then the other packet that I bought these because, I mean, I said in my last video, actually, I tend to kind of just treat myself a couple of times a month, or, you know, once a month or whatever, to a couple of things, you know. And last month it was kind of these stamps and some die cuts and things. I mean, I do go to car boot sales and buy kind of secondhand books and things like that, but I don't count them in with my treats, because they're just kind of a couple of pounds normally. But, you know, kind of an actual, you know, big purchase kind of thing. You know, kind of a £30 or something. And I kind of treat myself once a month or something. And the shop that I ordered them from, they actually were having a kind of sale where they had 20% off of all Kaisercraft stamps. So that's why I kind of placed this order, because I thought, oh, you know, 20%. These particular ones I haven't actually even opened. This is me opening them now for the first time. So this is the first time I have actually used this. I bought this particular set mainly for this image of this telephone, which I just thought was so gorgeous. And again, oh, I love it. Now I've used it. It's really lovely, isn't it? And again, it's got a vintage typewriter. I mean, I actually have got 3 vintage typewriter stamps now, of different brands and different types. But I mean, again, they are all very different. So, and this one actually is a lot bigger than my other typewriters that I've got, and it's very different style. So it's a very different looking typewriter. So there's that. And then, of course, I loved the postage marks. So I shall just show you those. Again, I haven't used this set obviously before, so I, you know, haven't used these postmarks, but I'm sure they're going to be lovely. Oh, aren't they gorgeous? Absolutely love them. Love them, love them, love them. So yeah, pretty pleased with all of those stamps. And obviously they've also got these little hello and to and from me to you. I probably won't use those words so much, but that's fine, because to me, you know, I really purchased mainly the set was calling me for the telephone, and the other stamps are just kind of a bonus, aren't they? Definitely I love those postage marks, and I will be using those, you know, quite a bit. So I wanted to come and show you those, just because, you know, just because I haven't done kind of many videos recently, so I thought I would kind of come and share what I've been getting up to while I was doing my custom journal. So there's some of my purchases. And then in the same order, I had also purchased some die cuts, and I've used these a few times. I used them in the Old Mother Goose journal that we created together. I used almost an entire packet of the die cuts, and then I also purchased, you know, that came in with this order, some fairy themed, I think they call them collectibles rather than die cut pieces, some fairy themed collectibles, which I used for the custom journal. So obviously that packet's, you know, it's quite used up now, so obviously that's why I can't show you those. But these packets, I actually haven't used any of them at all yet. So, you know, I have opened them and had a bit of a look through, but, you know, I haven't used any. So I just thought I would come along and share these really with you and kind of show you some of these. I mean, I just absolutely love these. And obviously these coordinate perfectly with the stamps. I mean, this is basically a die of that stamp, if you can kind of see that, which is lovely. And I think there was a die also of that telephone. Not that I can see it now. Yep, there it is. So there's also a die of that actual telephone stamp, which is really rather nice. And then there's obviously little postcards, and there's some little kind of faux postage stamps and things. I mean, they're just really lovely pieces, to be honest. I really, really, really love them. So I should be looking forward to using these. The only thing is, and I think I have said this before, I do get a bit attached to these and actually then kind of hoard them a bit and don't want to use them. So for me, it's kind of better to just get using them instantly, like I did the fairy ones, obviously in that custom journal, and like I did with the Old Mother Goose, because then I don't have time to get attached. But these ones, they've already been sat in my house now for 2 weeks. So I'm already kind of beginning to get attached, and I suspect I will struggle then to actually be using those. And then I got these ones as well. And these are called, oh, Miss Betty, this particular set. And aren't these just beautiful? Now these flowers, I think, were actually the same as the flowers that were contained in the tea time or high tea collection that I used in the Old Mother Goose journal. But I mean, I loved those, so that's great to have more of those. Then you've got scissors, you've got some butterflies. It's a whole variety of things in this one. It's got some sewing kind of ephemera. I mean, isn't this lovely? Our timeless moments. It's got this kind of ABC, and that's actually got little holes that you could kind of punch out. Oh, I mean, then it's got this gorgeous little sheet music piece. And these nice vintage kind of adverts, which are lovely. It's got lots of these little kind of, you know, sentiment kind of tags and things. Lots of butterflies, love butterflies. And other kind of just, you know, sentiments and things like that. And lots of kind of journaling type pieces. Just really, really nice. I just really do love these. And funnily enough, I bought some of the Tim Holtz ones a few months ago. I can't remember what they were called, but I have seen tons and tons of people using them. So they're obviously, you know, really, really popular collection. And, you know, they are lovely, you know, without a doubt. But his are very glossy on the surface, and the Kaisercraft ones don't tend to be glossy. I have bought 1 or 2 sets in the past which have been glossy. But these certainly, last few sets that I have bought have all been matte, which I rather like, the matte ones. I mean, I'm not detracting from the Tim Holtz ones. You know, I do equally love those. However, I do find the matte ones maybe slightly easier to work with, because if you stamp on them, they're not smudgy. You know, kind of inking them up, they kind of maybe hold the ink a bit better, although those Tim Holtz ones, you know, they equally hold the ink very well. But yeah, I just really like these, to be honest. And also a lot of these don't have the white edges around, which I think they call that kiss cut, when you cut around and you've got a white edge, which again, sometimes I love that, sometimes I don't. It depends on the project. So it's nice to have kind of a variety, isn't it? And so, you know, some of the Tim Holtz ones, some glossy ones, some matte ones, some with the white edge, some without the white edge. You know, so it's all good to have kind of a variety in your stash, really. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring this along and show you kind of my recent purchases. Hope that you liked it all. Hope that I haven't kind of, you know, plugged a brand here. I have seen other people do their hauls of things that they have bought, you know, not just from car boot sales and things, you know, vintagey things, but I watch a lot of people's hauls from Michael's or Joann's or Tuesday Morning and things like that, which are obviously kind of brands. So hopefully this is just kind of going along those kind of same lines. It just happens that it all was the same brand, but you know, I haven't been I'm not affiliated with Kaisercraft or anything like that, I think is what I'm trying to say. So, you know, I haven't been paid to do this or anything. I just wanted to come and share these lovely goodies with you and kind of show you, really. So I hope that you've enjoyed watching and that you like kind of my recent purchases. And yeah, I shall be back soon with another video. So thanks very much for watching and have a great day. Thanks, bye.